Hi everyone, what's going on? I hope you're having a good day today. It looks like Aptera is going to be on the move here pretty soon. They got several things lined up, and actually, depending upon how things go, they might come in production very soon, or the production might happen a little later. But anyway, that's what we're going to talk about, so let's get into this.
Yellow, whether we did or shallow, please we know, 'cause we're about to lose. Whether we buy or hello, whether we stay or jello.
Welcome back to my channel. It's good to have everybody here. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you're an Aptera lover, then this is some good news for you. We know that Aptera is waiting on a big investor. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit in this video and what happens if they don't get a big investor. Well, let's see what Chris and Anthony have to say about that. So let's get into this video.
I've heard you would prefer to have someone make a $50 million investment to fast-track production, but you also believe there's a way forward without that. When do you estimate you could begin production without $50 million, and what do you think would be the ongoing differences? We would love to have a fully funded plan. We would love to have that inspired billionaire write us a $100 million check and be able to, make solar mobility happen quicker. But we've been slowly metering ourselves into production. We've been raising good crowdfunding money. Our expenses are low, and we're able to plow, excess money that we get into tooling and equipment to build this vehicle.
So that 150 million initially has reduced it a little bit, and we can do more in tranches than we thought we could previously.
Yeah, it's, if we don't get a big check, things just happen slower. So, if we can, turn one of these term sheets that we have now into a deal in the next 2 months, then we're on track to produce vehicles in 2024. If it takes longer to raise the money, it just delays the time in which we deliver our first vehicle. So you can imagine us still raising that $50 million, maybe say over the next year, and that would just delay the start of production proportionally to when we could get that $50 million.
I think the next question was about the term sheet, so I know we can't say a lot of detail about it, but what can we tell people?
Yeah, we have several term sheets that they're all very different. Some are debt, some are equity. We have been considering some SPAC options, reverse merger options. And it's really just choosing, what's going to be right for Aptera's growth long term. Some of the terms of these deals maybe don't, look as attractive in year 2, year 3, year 5. So it's really just figuring out, what's going to get us the most capital long term, what's going to get the vehicle into production quickest, and what's going to, defend, shareholder value and continue to build us towards an IPO.
And even, I think it's interesting to note that even in, this so-called economy and stock market with these interest rates and everything else, that some of this interest is inbound.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the markets have really changed in the last 6 months. And I think the markets are hungry for deals with positivity and great metrics. And I think we have those, we have around $1.7 billion in reserve product. We have kind of a retail public support like no other company has really had, the most successful crowdfunding of this type in history. I think we've caught the eye of a lot of investors that just weren't in the market a year ago. People a year and a half ago just weren't deploying capital. That was the answer that we would get. We love your idea, we love your team, we love your product, but we are not deploying capital was the answer we were getting 18 months ago.
So it looks like we have some very interesting news here. Steve is telling us that if they have a big investor, they can go ahead and start immediately into production. But if they don't, they have contingencies in place to where they can still come out with the Aptera. It's just going to take a little bit longer. Of course, nobody wants to hear that word. For Aptera to go into production, it's going to take a little bit longer. We've been waiting for a long time as it is already, and it would be nice if they could go ahead and sort of speed that process up. But I understand where they're coming from after what they went through back in 2011, that the company that came in to help them out with the Aptera kind of took things over, and so they ended up leaving the company because they were not seeing eye to eye. And of course, we want Aptera to bring us the best product possible, which is actually what they're working on now. But if they get a big investor, they'll come out immediately this year, 2024. Of course, if they don't get a big investor, which they really don't need, they're still going to come out. It's just going to take a little bit longer, and it depends on how fast they get their resources. Chris also brought out, and Steve, they talked about a term sheet. And of course, he said that they have several turn sheets on the table. And what is a turn sheet? Let's look at the definition of that. Turn sheet is a non-binding document that outlines the basic terms and conditions of an investment deal. It serves as a template for more detailed legal binding documents and is typically used in the early stages of a transaction, such as when a startup is raising funds. The term sheet covers key aspects of the deal, including the investment amount, company valuation, investor rights, governance, and exit terms. While it is not a legally binding agreement, it sets the stage for negotiations and the eventual creation of a binding contract. Term sheets are commonly used in startup financing and are important for attracting investors and facilitating the funding process. So they have several on the table already, and it sounds like they have their choice as far as which ones they want to go through. But Chris is saying that he would rather look at one that's going to help Aptera in the long run. And of course, I mean they're about making money too. So they want to make sure that they keep their company intact and that they acquire the majority of the shares so they can continue to watch Aptera grow in the direction that they want it to, instead of having somebody else come in and then start changing everything around. Nobody would want somebody coming in and telling them how to raise their child. And basically, this is the same thing. But it sounds like also that they're getting a lot of investor interest, especially if the interest rate starts to drop. And we know that it's dropped a little bit, but hopefully it'll drop some more. But that depends on the market. So we'll see what happens with that. But of course, we can always help Aptera out when we go to their website. And I'm gonna let you know, I'm not a financial advisor. I can give advice, I can suggest, but I am not going to give you advice. This is something that you need to talk to your financial advisor and see if that's something that you want to do. If you go to the Aptera website, you can actually click on invest, go to aptera.us, click on invest, and you can invest up to $1,000 or more on their website. But that is really something that you can do to help speed the process up. And tell your friends and let a lot of people know that this is something that's really going to change the world and the auto industry. And they might want to have a hand in getting the company on its feet, because right now it's in its infant stage, and everything that's being offered, the shares are at 10.50 a share. So this is something that they would really want to get involved with. Or what they can do is they can go to, if they just want to get an Aptera and reserve their own, you could go to my link down below and it'll bring you to this page right here where you could design your own Aptera. And the thing is even if you go with the lowest product, if you go with just the 250 mile version with all the solar panels, it's going to cost you $26,800. So if you get all the solar panels, it'll cost you $26,800. But you could actually bring the price down even lower than that. If you just go with the solar panels that they're going to give you right here, the one on the dash and on the roof, then it's only $26 $100,000 on the head. I mean, you'd save $1,000. Well, you'd save $900. So that bring the price range down even closer to a lot of people's pocketbook. But anyway, you decide what you want to do. Aptera is really going to do some fantastic things. And of course, if you got the money, I would invest before this thing takes off. And if you just want to get an Aptera, like I said, hit my link down below. And you wouldn't have to put $100 down. You'd only have to put $70 down. And it's all refundable. But anyway, if you're new here, hit the like, ring the bell, subscribe. And all my patrons, I'm going to tell you, thank you very much. I thank everybody for watching this channel. I appreciate all that you do. The more you watch, the more Aptera news will get out. So my videos will spread to more people and stay up longer. So I appreciate it if you hit the like, ring the bell, and subscribe. But y'all take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. And very soon, Aptera will be on the way. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.
Somewhere on the sea, it got a little longer, so it seems. I burned out, so to speak. Now come a little closer. I feel a little light in the light track. I felt a bit of bad, but I came back. There's still a little light in the light track. Still a bit of good, so good. And I know just what to say. And I know just what to do. And I'm so sick of pain. But it's all too quick with you. Losing this game, I can't afford to be losing this game. And I know you're the same as me. Losing my mind, can't find the words, no, I can't seem to find. But I'm really trying again. Reason right, let's take our time and choose. Whether we green or yellow, whether we deep or shallow. Please me now, cause we're about to lose. Whether we buy or hello, whether we stay or jello. Sometimes, honey, me. A little bit of gasoline. I burned out, so to speak. Come a little closer. Here's some disclosure. Do you mind to quit your pretending truth or false shit?